I'll request guests to please settle down. I request everyone to please be seated. Ministers is already here. I'd request participant to please clear the lobby and please be seated.
Please ask them to clear the lobby. I mean, nobody should be standing.
Okay.
Okay. Ask them everybody to clear the lobby except the audio-video system guys.
I'd request everyone to clear the lobby except visual team. Except the AV team, request everyone to clear the lobby as fast as possible. Requesting guests to kindly settle down, please. People who are standing at the back, please occupy your seat. I'd request everyone to clear the lobby except the AV team. People standing at the back, please occupy the seats. A very good morning to all our esteemed guests, dignitaries, distinguished professors, industry practitioners, technology exhibitors, and the media personnel. A warm welcome to IIT on a pleasant morning. I'm Dr. Jayashree Patnaik, Assistant Professor in the Department of Entrepreneurship and Management at IIT Hyderabad. And it's my absolute honor to welcome you all to IInvenTiv 2024, the second edition of R&D Innovation Fair of Higher Education Institute of India at our IIT Hyderabad campus. It's indeed a golden opportunity for each one of us to enrich and witness India's brightest minds and their ingenious creations in this largest technological fair. Over the next 2 days, we are going to witness our country's R&D brilliance from Premier Institute with a hope to energize India's inventive and innovative spirit into an unstoppable force for progress and make strides towards becoming Atmanirbhar and Vikshit Bharat. We truly appreciate your presence and acknowledge your invaluable.
Honorable Sri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, Sri Sanjay Murthy ji, Dr. BVR Mohan Reddy, Professor B.S. Murthy, Professor Chandrasekhar, exhibitors, participants who have come from various IITs, NITs, ISERs, IIITs, and other top-ranking institutions, dignitaries from industry and academia, press and media, and all other participants. A very warm welcome to the second edition of IInvenTiv 2024. So this year, we are going to have more than 100 stalls spread across 5 themes on affordable healthcare, agriculture and food processing, defense and space, Industry 4.0, sustainable technologies. And you can also look at the logo of IInvenTiv. So it has 2 eyes in color. The first eye, I hope, stands for innovation happening in the academia, in the higher education institutes. The second eye stands for industry. And the T, we would like to see the bridging between these two in translation and in technology transfer happening between the industry and academia. And with this, I hope this gathering and the two-day exhibition gives a peek into the various R&D and innovation happening in the various institutions across IITs and NITs and other institutions. And I also hope that this will provide as a platform for further interactions. With that, I would request the honorable members to please inaugurate the event by formally opening the event by lighting the lamp, please. I request all the dignitaries to join us for lighting the lamp, please. Thank you.
I'll now invite Professor B.S. Murthy, Director, IIT Hyderabad, to deliver the welcome address to the gathering.
Good morning, friends. Honorable Minister of Education, Sri Dharmendra Pradhan Ji, and our own beloved Secretary of Ministry of Education, Sanjay Murthy Ji, who has been always behind us in all our growth path, and our beloved Mohan Reddy Garu, the longest possibly serving BOG chairman of any institute possibly, who has actually shaped IIT Hyderabad to where we are today. And my colleagues, both Surya and Chandra, the two important planets which give us the light that is needed for us to grow. So the two who are leading the IInvenTiv 2024 from the day we decided that we will have it at IIT Hyderabad, Dean of R&D and Dean of Innovation, Translation and Startup Ecosystem, and all the heads of the institutions who have been assembled here. And I'm also happy to see Professor Desai, who started this institute and brought it to a level where we are following that path that is created by him. And my all friends who have come from various institutions to showcase their technologies. For your information, we decided after the grand success of last IInvenTiv, which happened in IIT Delhi, October 14th and 15th in 2022, that the success of that has led to our Honorable Minister saying to all of us that we should make this an annual affair. And we should keep on rotating from one institution to the other, taking it along the baton. And at the same time, while the last IInvenTiv was basically for all the 23 IITs to showcase the technologies that were developed at these IITs, we thought, let us become more inclusive. And this year, we not only have the IITs participating in it, but all the NITs participating, IIITs participating, ICERs, IISc Bangalore, and also top 50 NIRF ranked institutions. 90 different institutions who fall into this gambit have been invited to send their nominations, and almost 65 institutions have sent their nominations. And out of these 65 institutions nominations, which came to close to around 250, there is 5 teams, the 5 themes that you are all aware of: agriculture, healthcare, sustainable energy, defense and space, and the Industry 4.0. These are the 5 themes that have been identified for this particular InvenTiv. And these 5 themes have 5 technical committees which shortlisted these entries that we have received. And finally, about 120 entries, the best technologies that have come out of all these institutions are being showcased today. I'm really thankful to all those innovators who have brought their technologies to showcase it to the industry. We are expecting close to around 2,000 industry people to come in the next 2 days and interact with these innovators and take these technologies forward for the country, not only to become Atmanirbhar, but also a global leader in each of these fields. And I'm very confident that this would pave a wonderful path for the future and to ensure that we not only innovate, but invent newer things. That's the philosophy of IIT Hyderabad. If you see, we write our statement of IIT Hyderabad as invent and innovate in technologies for humanity. Ultimately, it is the humanity has to be benefited. Today morning also, when we were talking to Honorable Minister, he was always stressing that every technology that we develop should touch the masses, and those are the true technologies. And I'm sure that with the effort of all of us, we will be able to live up to his expectations and also the expectations of our Honorable Prime Minister, who keeps on reminding us of the role of these higher education institutions in shaping the whole country and leading the whole country towards a great nation. Thank you very much once again for all of you for sharing the podium, the event with all of us, and coming forward to interact and take this forward. And I'm very, very happy to have all of you with us. Thank you very much, friends.
Thank you, Professor Murthy, for sharing your thoughts and opportunities associated with InvenTiv. I'll now request Chairman, Board of Governor, Dr. PVR Mohan Reddy, to share his thoughts about InvenTiv 2024.
Honorable Minister for Education, Skill Development, Entrepreneurship, Shri Dharmendra Pradhanji, Secretary, Higher Education, Government of India, Mr. Sanjay Murthy, Professor B.S. Murthy, Director of IIT Hyderabad and the convener of the second edition of InvenTiv, Professor Chandra, Professor Surya, the two pillars for making this event possible. Several of the directors, vice chancellors, and leadership from education institutions around the country who are here with us, my fellow board of directors on the BOG of IIT Hyderabad, industry captains, my dear students, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this second edition of InvenTiv, Ministry of Education's flagship event to exhibit holistic impact of research for higher education institutes to the top industry stakeholders. I'd like to first acknowledge and thank Honorable Minister for his encouragement and support and the guidance for this initiative. The first edition of InvenTiv was a part of Azadi Ki Amrit Mahotsav and was held in October of 2022. All the 23 IITs for the first time came together to showcase technologies developed by these premier institutions. A total of 75 diverse array of technologies were showcased and drew over 3,000 attendees. Even being the first attempt, the outcomes were fairly encouraging. The Honorable Minister, while reviewing the first edition, suggested that the event should become much more diverse by involving many more institutions beyond the IITs and including some of the NIRF ranking institutions. He encouraged us to make it more inclusive by including Tier 1, Tier 2 education institutions and students by live streaming the event. He also guided us to include many projects which have great social impact. As a result of that, we could now unite 53 future-focused institutes to showcase 120 groundbreaking projects in this second edition of IInvenTiv. Ladies and gentlemen, please join your hands to thank the Honorable Minister for his vision and his guidance. Thank you, sir. Let me now talk a little bit about the importance of the R&D fairs everywhere around the world. R&D fairs, especially with relevance to India, will play a very crucial role in India's journey towards becoming world's third largest economy by 2025 and a $10 trillion economy by 2035. Make in India initiative, which includes Innovate India, Design in India, Engineer in India, Manufacture in India, and Maintain in India, will be the key drivers to achieve these ambitious goals. By bringing together researchers, innovators, and industry stakeholders, these events facilitate collaboration and partnerships that are instrumental in driving India's manufacturing sector with higher growth rates. That's a very critical element for achieving these two targets. As a result, they will accelerate the overall growth of the economy and create new employment opportunities supporting India's vision for inclusive economic prosperity. R&D fairs also have a significant role in advancing R&D fairs have a significant role in advancing the goal of achieving Atmanirbhar Bharat, a clarion call given by Honorable Prime Minister in 2020. COVID challenges, post-COVID geopolitical instability have disrupted the supply chains, and self-reliance became much more relevant. Through these, Through these fairs, we can showcase indigenous research and innovations that foster self-sufficiency across various sectors. These events are encouraging collaborations between academia, researchers, and industry experts, further augmenting self-reliance agenda by leveraging the collective expertise of diverse stakeholders. Furthermore, R&D fairs contribute to employment generation by nurturing a vibrant entrepreneurial ecosystem. These events provide a platform for researchers, inventors, and innovators to exhibit their disruptive innovations using emerging technologies, which are of great interest for technology-led startups who are creating new job opportunities and driving economic growth. By highlighting the commercial potential for research outcomes of innovations, these fairs also attract investors and industry partners who see value in translating research into commercially viable products and also services. By licensing and adopting these products and services, industry ensures scalability and monetization. Successful commercialization leads to revenue generation and returns on investment, encouraging further investments in research and development. The cycle of monetization creates sustainable ecosystem for R&D investments and foster culture of innovation. Lastly, R&D fairs are crucial in attracting more investments from industries. With the advancements of technologies and demand for innovation, industries are increasingly looking to collaborate with research institutions that offer cutting-edge expertise. R&D fairs provide a platform for industry leaders to explore potential partnerships and investment opportunities in research-driven projects. By showcasing the capabilities of Indian research, these events help attract more funds and support from domestic and international industries, further propelling the growth of country's research and development sector. To sum up, IInvenTiv, the second edition of it, will play a key role in promoting economic growth, self-sufficiency, employment generation, monetization of R&D investments, and attracting further investments from the industries. As Professor Murthy has explained, and Surya has also talked about, the IInvenTiv 2.0 is focused on 5 important areas: affordable healthcare, agriculture and food processing, sustainable technologies, which includes climate change, e-mobility and clean energy, defense and space, and finally, Industry 4.0. There are 5 panel discussions will be held to delve into the domain, encouraging insightful discussions, knowledge sharing, and collaboration among industry experts, academia, and innovators. Over the course of today and tomorrow, attendees can explore 120 exhibits showcasing a wide range of advancements, from orthopedic implants to the development of lean burn microgas turbine engine, and from 3D printing sustainable buildings and structures to creation of an indigenous anti-hail gun, and many more. In conclusion, I'd like to call upon the industry, academia, and the student community to action. Number 1, I urge the industry to engage in active collaboration with academia, as this can provide numerous advantages in terms of innovation, productivity, and competitive advantage. Number 2, I encourage academia to seek out to partnerships with industries and support entrepreneurship and startups. This collaboration can serve as a valid source, as a valuable source for funding for research and development. And finally, the third one, I call upon the students that they should take time to understand the various technologies being showcased at this event, as it can serve as motivation and inspiration to pursue further research and aim for higher achievements. Finally, with unshakable conviction, I firmly believe that this initiative will act as a powerful catalyst for a transformative change, propelling us towards a future filled with limitless possibilities and unprecedented prosperity. Honorable Minister was mentioning this a little while earlier. This not only should become the flagship event for this nation, but potentially in years to come, this has to become an event visited by every international, every country around the world. I wholeheartedly wish to wish each one of you an incredible and enriching experience at the fair. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Reddy, for your sincere thoughts on the significance of R&D Fair and how it can pave the path to foster a culture of innovation. I'll now take this opportunity to request our honorable guest of honor, Shri Sanjay Murthy, to address the gathering.
Morning, everyone. Honorable Education Minister, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan Ji, Shri BVR Mohan Reddy Ji, Chairman, Board of Governors, IIT Hyderabad, Professor Murthy, Director, IIT Hyderabad and Convener for IInvenTiv, Professor Chandra and Professor Surya, Dean of R&D and Innovation, Directors and Vice Chancellors of IITs, NITs and many other top universities, Directors of Research Labs, students and faculty, and industry stalwarts. It's a great honor to be here amongst all of you for the second edition of IInvenTiv. As Mr. Reddy had just pointed out the genesis of how this has developed, I would be failing in my duty if I did not mention how much the Education Minister really pushed all of us in both these editions to come to where we are today. While in the first one it was on how academia was failing to reach out to the industry as well as to the ministries on the work that they were doing, the second edition was more on diversity and to ensure that there was a greater participation in these events. So it is heartening to know that out of a total entry of around over 200, we have been able to shortlist around 120 for being exhibited today. But in that journey, we have not had the full participation of even the complete NITs or the IITs in our system, and hopefully this event would motivate the others also to participate in greater numbers in the next editions that will come. Having said that, the Honorable Minister did not just restrict us to these two meaningful activities, but also aligned us to ensure that we work towards having a proper ecosystem in place to do this. So therefore, under a program called Madan Mohan Malviya Mission for Teacher Training, we have now started a collaborative effort with IIT Madras and IIIT Kanchipuram to ensure that entrepreneurship and design stays as a key item of delivery in these institutions. And in their leadership, we will ensure that there is adequate industry participation to ensure that both the faculty and students get the expertise of the best industry leaders in their fields to mentor for proper design and entrepreneurship to take these initiatives forward. Hopefully that will be starting this year, and I'm sure this will, in parallel with events like IInvenTiv, build up this entire ecosystem for greater products going up in the future. In addition to this, again on the Minister's directive, there has been another program under the same scheme to ensure that we spot leaders amongst faculty to take these roles, diverse roles that they play in their entire academic journey. So therefore, top 20 management institutions of the country have been identified to deliver leadership courses to such faculty to be nominated by directors on priority basis. It's a very small course, but I'm sure many of you will identify the right persons for undertaking this course to ensure that it synergizes with the efforts that we are doing. Now, and lastly, but not the least, concluding with what has happened in the G20, the revised focus of the New Delhi Leaders Declaration, which was a path-breaking event to ensure that we have research and collaboration amongst not only institutions within the country, but amongst the G20 countries. I'm sure that these avenues will open many avenues for both the faculty and the students for a richer collaboration. And again, sitting in IIT Hyderabad, under the leadership of Professor Murthy, we have some top academicians as part of that initiative to lead and explore such joint collaborations. And I'm sure all of us will be moving ahead to ensure we get critical research done in critical and emerging technologies for the requirement of our country in its growth journey. Thank you so much once again, and I congratulate all of you for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri Sanjay Murthy ji, for your generous words and stressing on the importance of research, design, and entrepreneurship, and also stressing on the avenue of the industry-academia collaboration. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with immense pride and honor that I introduce to you to a visionary leader, a chairman of education and skill development, and a tireless advocate for new education policy for New India, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan, the esteemed Minister for Education and Minister of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship in the Government of India. Shri Pradhan's journey is one of dedication and service. From his early days of college to his rise as a prominent politician, he has consistently demonstrated a deep commitment to empowering individuals and building a stronger nation. As Minister of Education, he has spearheaded the implementation of transformative National Education Policy 2020, paving the way for a more holistic and inclusive learning experience for every student. His unwavering focus on skill development through initiatives like the Skill India Mission is equipping India's youth with the tools and knowledge they need to strive in the 21st century economy. Shri Pradhan's envision extends far beyond classrooms and workshops. He recognizes that education and skill development are the cornerstone of a prosperous and equitable society, and he works tirelessly to ensure that every citizen, regardless of their background or their circumstances, has the opportunity to reach their full potential. He has been actively guiding us in every step, putting together this mega R&D innovation fair at IIT Hyderabad. So join me in giving a warm welcome to a leader who embodies the spirit of innovation, inclusivity, and progress, a man who is shaping the future of India, one skilled mind and empowered individual at a time, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan.
Good morning to all. Sri Sanjay Murthy, Secretary Higher Education, Ministry of Education. Dr. BVR Mohan Reddy, Chairman, Board of Governor, IIT Hyderabad and IIT Roorkee. Professor B.S. Murthy, Director, IIT Hyderabad. Professor Chandra A. Sarma, Dean R&D, IIT Hyderabad. Professor A. Surya Kumar, Dean Innovations, IIT Hyderabad. Esteemed directors and faculty members of all higher education institutes present here, dear students, members from industry, distinguished guests, members of media, ladies and gentlemen, namaskar to all. Today, we're here at opening ceremony of the second edition of IInvenTiv. I congratulate the top management of IIT Hyderabad, in particular Professor B.S. Murthy and his entire team for putting up this exhibition and event. This time, we have enlarged the scope of this event from purely IIT-centric that we did last time in IIT Delhi to other higher education institutions. I am sure the IInvenTiv, with significant participation of representatives from HEIs and the industry, will emerge as an iconic brand in the innovation sector. I expect IInvenTiv to be the go-to destination for the innovators with high-end technology. The stature and the profile of this event depends on its outcome. This casts a heavy responsibility on all the stakeholders. I'd like to ask a question before all of you. Why at all we need to have an event such as this? Why do we need a accord primacy to research, innovation, and entrepreneurship? The answer to this question is known to all of us. India is determined to be a developed country by the turn of the century of its independence. The countdown of 2047 has already started as we have commenced our journey in the Amrit Kal. India has occupied a prominent place in the global high table thanks to our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. India seeks not only its own fortune but believes in the concept of the shared prosperity. It has become the credible voice of Global South our philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which was guiding theme of the G20 summit held in Delhi, defines our world view. Today, Bharat is Vishwa Mitra. The world now recognizes the Indian model of development, which is rooted and futuristic, and sustainable and development oriented. India thrives on balance. We avoid extremes. We recognize the dynamics of market economy and at the same time focus on the welfare economy. That is our strength. To be global player is not that easy. We need to reset our priorities, recalibrate our development strategies and refocus on areas which have been left out. We know that our service sector, which more than 50% contribution to GDP, has brought us to the position we are in today. But perhaps this sector has saturated. We need to focus on manufacturing sector, which is contributing around 17% only to the country's GDP. We need to make India a manufacturing hub and make it to contribute at least 25% of the GDP. We are now the 5th largest economy in the world. We will soon become the 3rd largest economy, and we have set the target to become the $5 trillion economy. For all these to become a reality, the government has focused on augmenting the manufacturing sector. Make in India, invest in India, PLI schemes, FDI liberalization, all these are important policy changes that our government has undertaken. Friends, we have missed the previous 3 industrial revolutions for historical reasons. We cannot possibly miss out the 4th one. This Industry Revolution 4.0 is all about emerging technologies. We know fairly well that technology is going to be the new normal. Technology is going to be the equalizer. It will impact the lives of all in a unique way, and innovation will present us with a new technology and newer usages. Innovation will be the key to determine who will lead and who will follow. As Steve Jobs once said, innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Today, our industries and business are adequately supported by 5G and Digital India Drive. Our digital public infrastructure, DPI, is a great enabler. Honorable Prime Minister said, the world today sees India as the incubator of innovations, highlighting the fact that 46% of the global digital payment transactions are now in India, which is one shining example of success of our policies. Friends, India is a knowledge civilization. Historically, India was called the land of inventions. Indian civilization has a long record history of scientific culture that goes back to the more than 5,000 years. From concept of zero and decimal to the science of life in Ayurveda, India has gifted so much to the world. Among several regions that stifle the core of India's traditional strength in education and research was the Macaulay Minute on education in 1835. We are painfully aware that today our past contributions to astronomy, mathematics, medicine and practical arts are not adequately acknowledged either due to ignorance or prejudice. This remains a formidable challenge before all of us. I am sure research and innovation in Indian knowledge system as envisaged under the NEP 2020 will pave the way for greater scientific validation of India's traditional knowledge and their worldwide acceptance. Friends, the country is making a leap in the field of innovation. Under the guidance of Honorable Prime Minister, innovation is growing in the country and a startup culture is taking firm in root. In 2014, there were around 350 startups, but now in 2024, due to Honorable Prime Minister's vision and drive, the number has risen manifold to 1.2 lakhs. There has been more than 300 times rise in just 9 years. With 100 plus unicorns, India is the 3rd largest startup ecosystem in the world. Honorable Prime Minister has said, our startups are changing the rules of the game. That's why I believe startups are going to be the backbone of the new India. The startup ecosystem thrives on the innovation. The rise in startups indicates the improvement in the country's innovation profile. In Global Innovation Index, today, India ranks 40th globally in 132 economies, from rank 81 in 2015. Bharat is driven by Honorable Prime Minister's call for Jai Anusandhan and Jai Vigyan. The government is also focusing on deep tech startups. The deep tech ecosystem includes subsectors like defense tech, drone tech, space tech, AI, IoT, robotics, process automation, and so on. It is in the line with the investors' interest driven by the country's green hydrogen mission, clean mobility, Indian space policy, and Indian semiconductor mission combined with PLI schemes. Sustainability is an important focus area for the government. Clean energy for domestic, industrial, and agricultural use an imperative necessity to meet our global commitment. Sustainable agriculture is also an equal formidable area for research and innovation. We need more innovation and climate resilient technology and also greater balance between food production and ecological preservation. I am happy that in these breakaway sessions at this event, you all will reflect on all these issues. Innovations is our technology institutions have been of very high standards. The world acknowledges it. The US Congress recently passed a resolution extolling the contribution of IITians in the development of USA. This is a brand value and strength. Friends, we have sought to create a wholesome ecosystem for innovation to thrive. The NEP 2020 focus on creativity and critical thinking of encourage logical decision making and innovation. It talks of moving away from rote learning to conceptual learning and also moving away from silos to multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary education. We are committed to ensure that higher education forms the basics of the knowledge creation and innovation, thereby contributing to a growing national economy. NEP 2020 talks about higher education institutions developing specific hand-holding mechanism and competition from promoting innovation among students' communities. In this regard, such hackathons provides required impetus to promote culture of innovation among the students' community. Also, National Research Foundation will help enable and support vibrant research and innovation culture across higher education institutions, research labs, and other research organizations. For promoting culture of innovation and research at an early stage, we have taken a number of initiatives. We are working with Atal Innovation Mission team for organizing Juniors Smart India Hackathon at schools and Atal Tinkering Lab facilities. Currently, schools with 663 Atal Tinkering Labs are in the process of idea submission, and efforts are being made to encourage more PMC schools to participate in this program. New textbooks are being developed, focus on conceptual, more hands-on learning. National Credit Framework for schools, higher education institutions, and skill ecosystem is implemented. Innovation, design, and entrepreneurship boot camps are being conducted. Institute innovation cells have been established at more than 10,000 higher education institutions by Ministry of Education Innovation Cell. Their primary role is to engage students, faculties, and other staff in innovation and entrepreneurship activities on their respective campuses. We have also established a school innovation cell for schools across the country. Under the Prime Minister Research Fellow, a maximum of 3,000 most talented students are to be selected to enroll in the PhD program. Also, Professor of Practice portal has been launched to bring industry and other professional expertise into the academic institutions. I hope my friend Anil will teach here in the IIT Hyderabad some days. The establishment of research and development cell in higher education institutions will enable attainment of targets of Atmanirbhar Bharat and is expected to play a pivotal role in the catalyzing multidisciplinary, transdisciplinary, and transnational research culture. Through Atal Incubation Centers or AICs at universities, institutions, and corporates, Atal Incubation Mission is creating an ever-evolving ecosystem for startups and entrepreneurs. To date, Atal Innovation Missions have successfully operationalized 69 Atal Incubation Centers in 18 states and 3 union territories of India. More than 2,900 startups have been supported by these AICs, of which 900 plus startups are led by women and have created more than 30,000 jobs in the ecosystem. Friends, we have made a good beginning. I believe it is the baby step in the journey of thousands of miles that we envision in the path of innovation. We'll ensure that the country becomes developed by 2047. Viksit Bharat is our sankalpa. With the cooperation and support of our technology experts and innovators like you, we will be able to achieve the Siddhi. I call upon the young innovators to capture the India moment and excel. This is the Modi guarantee for our youth. Thank you, friends. Bharat Mata ki Jai.
Thank you, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan Ji, for your profound words and taking us down the memory lane to revisit our India glorious past and resensitize us that how each one of us has a bit to contribute to India's vision of Viksit Bharat and 2047. Now we are going to unveil the abstract booklet and QR code for the IInvenTiv 2024. I'd request the dignitaries on the dais to unveil the abstract booklet. I'll now request our Chairman Board of Governor, Dr. B.V.R. Mohan Reddy, to present the token of gratitude to Honorable Chief Guest Shri Dharmendra Pradhan. I'll now request Professor B.S. Murthy, Director IIT Hyderabad, to present the token of gratitude to our guest of honor, Shri Sanjay Murthy. I'd request all the directors of IITs to kindly join us on the stage, please. I'll now call upon Professor Chandrasekhar Sharma, Dean Sponsored Research and Consultancy at IIT Hyderabad, to extend the vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. It's with immense gratitude and appreciation that I extend my heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you who is playing a pivotal role in making IInvenTiv 2024 an extraordinary success. To our Honorable Minister, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan Ji, for his invaluable guidance and direction, and for the encouraging words today, sir. To the Secretary, Shri Sanjay Murthy Ji, for your presence here, and which has added a touch of prestige and encouragement to this event. We are truly grateful for your unwavering support and guidance, sir. A special acknowledgement to Ms. Soumya Gupta Ji, who graced us with her presence, and she was the main pillar for the valuable insights and his discussions and extending the coordination from the MOE side. To all the head of the institutions, exhibitors, and the industry delegates, your collaboration has been instrumental in creating an atmosphere of innovation and excellence. The diversity of ideas and experiences you brought to IInvenTiv has undoubtedly contributed to its success. A sincere thanks to the officials of Government of India and the Telangana government for their continuous support. Your presence here is a testimony of the importance you place on the initiatives that foster the innovations and collaboration. I would like to express our deepest gratitude to all the press and media for their coverage, helping us share the stories of innovation and inspiration with the broader audience. A special mention to IIT Hyderabad administration, CMD section, and CC office for their behind-the-scene efforts in ensuring the smooth execution. Our heartfelt appreciation goes to all security personnel for maintaining a safe and secure environment throughout the event. To all the fellow deans and the professor in charges, your guidance and commitment for nurturing the support of innovation among the students have been really commendable. A round of applause for the incredible student volunteers who have dedicated their time and energy to make the IInvenTiv 2024 a memorable experience for everyone involved. Last, but certainly not the least, my heartfelt thanks to my R&D officer staff and the IInvenTiv Secretariat. Your tireless efforts, meticulous planning, and the dedication have been the driving force behind the success of this event. I also want to extend our appreciation to our PRO and the Footprint, our media agency, for their outstanding work in promoting and covering the IInvenTiv 2024. In conclusion, IInvenTiv 2024 has brought us together in one platform. Let's continue to foster the spirit of innovation, collaboration, and excellence. Thank you all for being an integral part of IInvenTiv 2024. Your contributions have made this event a resounding success, and we look forward to continued collaboration and success in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Chandra. I'll now request everyone in the room and the dignitaries on the dais to kindly rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तब जय गाता जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
May I request our esteemed dignitaries and guests on the dais to kindly proceed for the inauguration of the exhibition. I'll request other guests to kindly proceed from the front door and request the technology exhibitors to kindly proceed towards the stall. Kindly proceed towards the front gate